Hello Year 6 parents and carers, welcome to the Meet the Tutor presentation for Nottingham Free School. My name is Miss Wilson and I am the head of Year 7 here at Nottingham Free School. And this is a presentation all about your start to secondary school in September. Now we would normally have the Meet the Tutor presentation done in person, however due to the current situation we have now had to do the presentation online. So I hope you enjoyed the presentation. If you have any questions at the end of this presentation, then please feel free to email me and I will try my best to answer as many questions as I can. So during this presentation I will be discussing the role of a tutor, and you'll also have the opportunity to meet the tutors as well. They'll be discussing the curriculum and the school day, as well as the structures at Nottingham Free School and our parental communication, and I'll also be talking about the start of school in September. So firstly I'm going to discuss the role of the tutor, and I'm going to cover what the role of a tutor entails, the pastoral structure at Nottingham Free School, our support services that we have in place, the Tutor Program and also Student Council. So firstly I thought it would be nice to introduce myself and also to introduce the tutors of the Year 7 team as well. So like I said earlier, my name is Miss Wilson and I'm the head of Year 7. I've been working at Nottingham Free School for just under 5 years now. I'm also the music teacher at Nottingham Free School as well. And my main hobbies are pretty much anything to do with music. I also enjoy reading, and I've started recently playing a few video games as well. I'm really looking forward to meeting you all. I've had the opportunity to meet a few of you, but I'm really looking forward to meeting all the Year 7s in September as well. I've also asked the tutors to do a similar presentation as well. So over the next few slides you will get to introduce all the tutors and you will get to read a little bit of information about them. So thank you to all the tutors for sending that information, and I'm sure they're all looking forward to meeting you in September as well. So I'm going to move on to the role of a tutor, and the role of the tutor is to help and support all of the Year 7 pupils when they start with us in September, and also to help you throughout your time at school. They'll also be the first point of contact with yourselves and the school if you need any help or advice. And they'll also be the first point of contact for parents if you have any concerns as well. The tutor will communicate school events and key dates, and they'll also make sure that you are using your planner correctly, and they will ask the parents to sign your planner every week to check that all communication has been seen. They'll also ensure that you have the correct uniform and equipment every week. This is also your responsibility, but they will help you with that. They'll keep a track of your awards and behaviour points and communicate with your parents if necessary. They will track attendance and they'll contact your parents if your attendance is near 96 or below. We also have a tutor review day here at Nottingham Free School, which is one day where your parents will come in for a visit and we will discuss all your behaviour points and also any kind of things we need to discuss at that time. So here we have the pastoral structure at Nottingham Free School. As you can see, Mrs. Gray is our senior leader and she has a responsibility to look after the pastoral team. We have myself, Miss Wilson, I'm the head of Year 7. We have Miss Grant, who is the head of Year 8, Miss Detton, who is the head of Year 9, Miss Cockayne, who is the head of Year 10, and Mr. Tomasovic, who is also a senior leader and he is the head of Year 11. And Miss Heathcote works alongside Mr. Tomasovic and she is our assistant head of Year 11. We also have Mrs. Harnan, who is our Senko as well. At Nottingham Free School we have a lot of support services on offer. One of the support services that we have is called COOTH, and COOTH is a confidential, unless there are concerns we need to know about, anonymous counselling service. They come into school once you have been referred to them and have had an assessment, and then they deliver weekly sessions. Mrs. Seymour, who is our attendance welfare officer, she's based in reception or in the student welfare room, and her job is to monitor attendance, but she can also deal with any problems or worries a student may have. She will also organise all of the student counselling, first aid and sickness. You should go and see her if you're worried about anything, such as problems at home or friendship groups. Another support service that we have is something called FEW, which stands for Pupil Help and Welfare. This is a service that is available on our website, and students or parents can actually use this service. You can choose to remain anonymous, or you can put in your email address so that we can contact you back, but it is entirely your decision as to whether you want to leave an email address or not. The other support services that we have are the school nurse, who has weekly drop-in sessions. We also have counsellors from the Nottingham University. We have something called Lifeline. We have Priority Families, and we also have a Sharp drop-in clinic as well. So there's a lot more information about the services that we can access at school on our school website, should you wish to have more information. So our tutor program is as follows. On Mondays we have assemblies, and assemblies will be around different topics each week. On Tuesday is our day-to-day, so we have positive and negative points. We make sure that we log those in our planner. We look at our attendance for the week, and we set any targets that we might need to do for the week. On Wednesday we have active tutoring sessions, so again this is based about a different topic each week, so it could be around character traits, it could be around something to do with charity, mental health, lots and lots of different topics that we cover. On Thursdays these are dedicated to careers and employability skills, and then on Friday we do PSHE. So at Nottingham Free School we have a student council, and there are 2 tutor reps per tutor group, and this will be chosen in the first half term. So if you're interested in being a tutor rep, you will need to generate a presentation, and there'll be more information given to you in September about what you need to include in that presentation. But if you are then chosen as a tutor rep, you will then feed back to the chair and the vice chair of the student council. So moving on to talk about the curriculum, I'm going to discuss the school day, equipment, independent study and enrichment, class organisation and targets, and also homework. So you will have received a letter from me earlier on in this week regarding to the changes that we've had to make ready for September at school. Now the year 7 times are a different time to some of the other year groups in the school. So make sure that you are following these times compared to the other times that may be on that letter. So our day in year 7 will start at 8:25 and it will finish at 14:50. There is then an expectation that the year 7s do homework at home between the hours of 14:50 and 16:45. At the end of this presentation there is a little bit more information regarding September, but it's important to know when your times are, and don't worry, your teachers will help you remember when the start of lessons are and the end of lessons are. So here is a list of all the equipment that you need to bring with you when you come to us in September. We will give you most of this equipment when you start with us in September, but please feel free to bring in your own equipment if you want to. The only thing we will provide separately is the planner, which we will give you in September, but you will need to bring a calculator and a reading book. The rest of the equipment, the working pens, green pen, pencil, the whiteboard marker, sharpener, eraser and ruler, they will all be provided for you in a pencil case. Last year at Nottingham Free School, we introduced knowledge organisers across all the year groups to help students succeed and support the knowledge needed for the new GCSE courses. A knowledge organiser is a booklet which contains lots of information pages, which has key information, concepts and subject-specific terminology related to the units that are being studied during that half term. Students need to memorise the information provided by the subjects using strategies that are in the booklet. They will then be assessed by a variety of in-class strategies throughout the half term to check that they have memorised the knowledge. Year 7 are expected to do 20 to 30 minutes per subject of their homework each night. On the next slide, I've included an example of a knowledge organiser timetable, as well as an example of one of the knowledge organiser pages as well. Enrichment lessons take place twice a week at Nottingham Free School, and during this time students will be covering lots and lots of different activities for them to get involved in. There is a booklet that we will give you in September for you to look at the options, and then you will choose which options you want to do throughout the year. Due to the new school timings that are in place for September, enrichment has had to be paused, but it will be reinstated as soon as it is safe to do so. On the next slide, I've given you an example of what the enrichment lessons might look like per term, and you'll see that they're split into 4 different categories. By the end of the year, you should have completed 1 activity from each category. So here are some examples of what enrichment lessons might look like throughout the year. At the start of the year, we ask all students to set an aspirational target based on each subject. We would like all students to achieve these targets by the end of Year 7, and if they do achieve those targets, then we will have another discussion about setting another aspirational target. We have regular assessments at Nottingham Free School with 3 progress checks throughout the year, and these will be sent home. We also have 1 assessment window as well. In the report, students will be given a progress check score based around their assessments in class, and they will be also given a behaviour score based on their attitude towards their learning. I'm now going to move on to the structures at Nottingham Free School. So I'm going to talk about attendance, punctuality, expectations, the items that aren't allowed in school, rewards and sanctions, uniform, school meals, our parental communication, and the start in September. At Nottingham Free School, we take attendance really seriously. We aim for all students to have at least 97% or better for their attendance. If a student's attendance falls below 96, then parents will receive a first warning letter, and any further absences will not be authorised without evidence. We do treat individual cases very sensitively. If a student's attendance drops below 92%, then we will have a panel meeting where Education and Welfare Service will be involved. If a student's attendance is 90%, it actually means that they're missing half a day's learning a week. So please can you contact the school office on the first day of the absence to let us know why. Fines will be issued for any holidays taken in term time, and we please ask that you try and book medical appointments outside of lesson time. We do award good attendance at Nottingham Free School, and there is a weekly tutor group prize for the tutor group with the highest attendance of the week. Students should arrive at school by 8:25. Any student who enters the building after the bell at 8:25 will receive a lateness slip, which will result in an R20 detention. Those detentions take place after school. Persistent lateness will incur further sanctions, and it will be discussed in a meeting with parents. Any student arriving after 8:30 AM is classed as an unauthorised absence. Any student who is late 5 times in a 4-week period will be fined, and students who are late to lesson will also be placed on a punctuality report, and the time will be made up again in an R20 detention. At Nottingham Free School, our motto is work hard, be kind. So we want all students to make sure that they are following that motto, and that means to make sure that your behaviour is great, whether a teacher is there or not, and always trying your best and thinking about the feelings of others. There are some rules that you need to follow at Nottingham Free School. Many of the rules will be the same as your current schools, but these will include making sure that you line up quietly outside of the classroom, make sure that you don't run in the building, don't talk when a teacher is talking, make sure to not eat in the corridors except from either in the dining hall or outside during break time and lunch times, making sure you wear your uniform correctly, have no physical contact between any students, and make sure you use appropriate language at all times. There are a few items that we do not allow in the school building. We must have no mobile phones, nail varnish, makeup or jewellery except from one pair of small studs. We don't allow smartwatches. There should be no hoodies or baseball caps. People should not be bringing in chewing gum or fizzy drinks. And there should be no skateboards and scooters, and that includes to and from school. Now we know that some people do bring a mobile phone with them, and if that is the case, then they should be not seen at school. It should be turned off and left in the bottom of your bag, or you can put it in your locker. If we do see a phone out, then it will be confiscated and your parents will be asked to come and collect the phone. Students are issued with positive points in class, and these can be for a number of different reasons. It could be for your classwork, for being well mannered, for having proud, which is our way of handwriting at Nottingham Free School, and for participating as well. If you get 4 positive points in a lesson, then you will receive a coin, and this can be handed in to reception, and these can contribute towards house competitions and prizes. You'll receive Head of Year, Head of School and Governor Awards, and these are given out during half-termly achievement assemblies. We're very proud of your achievements at Nottingham Free School and want to make sure that all students are aware of them. For those students that don't follow the school motto of work hard, be kind, then we do have a consequence chart that we follow, and that information is on the screen for you to read. As well as the half-termly awards and the positive points, we also have Hot Chocolate Awards and Be Kind Awards. Hot Chocolate Awards are where teachers nominate students who have exceeded expectations during lessons. The pupil will then be invited to have a hot chocolate with a member of SLT on a Friday morning. The Be Kind Awards are again for teachers to nominate students who have shown an act of kindness towards them or towards another pupil, and they will receive a small prize for winning an award. Here is a list of the uniform that we would expect you to wear at Nottingham Free School. Please take note of the items that are compulsory and those that are non-compulsory. You did receive information regarding uniform a couple of weeks ago. In September you are required to wear uniform to school, so it's important that you have all these items ready for September. Our school canteen has a variety of meals including vegetarian and halal options. Students can bring their own packed lunch if they wish to. Fizzy drinks in glass bottles will not be allowed, so please bring your own water bottle to fill up. At Nottingham Free School, we make sure to involve parents and carers as much as we can. This is why we have a tutor review day, which is an opportunity for parents and carers to come in to discuss their child's behaviour, their attainment and their achievement as well. We also have the 3 progress check reports a year. We are in regular communication via telephone or email, and we also have parent forums which you can be involved in, and we have various topics based around this. So an example of this is mental health, careers and GCSEs, and assessment and homework. We also ask parents to volunteer for career talks that we held in school, and there's also a way of parents communicating via the planner, as there is a section for notes that you can share with your tutor. We also have an app called MyCAS, and this is where you can track your child's positive and negative points as well as receive communication from school. We will give you your login details for this in September. So due to the current situation, we do need to extend the normal arrangements for the start of the next academic year in order to properly induct our students so that they understand how to keep themselves and their families as safe as possible. To do that, we would like the students to attend on the following days at the following times. So for Year 7, your first day is the 1st of September and you are required to be here at 8:25. You will then be in for the rest of the week. When you attend in school for the first time, we would like the students to walk round to the rear of the school building where staff will meet them. If you are travelling by car, please can I remind all parents and carers that we do not have a vehicular right of way to the rear of the building, so students must be dropped off on Hayden Road. Thank you for watching the Meet the Tutor presentation. I look forward to meeting you all and working closely with all of you. If you have any questions regarding the Year 6 transition or the start to school in September, then please feel free to contact me and I will try my best to answer all the questions that you have. Please do take care, please have a really good summer, and I hope to see you all in September. Thank you for watching. Bye.